identify, and you will write down the functions of it. Okay? So everyone, okay, look at here now. So there are how many chambers? 4. So where is right atrium? This is right atrium, this part. Okay? So this part shows right atrium. And then which valve is that? This one is the tricuspid valve. So when this valve will open, blood will go to right ventricle. From the right ventricle, blood goes to the lungs, to the pulmonary artery or vein? Artery. Normally artery is carry. So but for this one, pulmonary is. So the one that I showed you last time, I did it a simple drawing. In that one, I showed you that it goes to the lungs like this, right? But actually not like this. It goes up to the lung. Okay. So if you see from here, so first right atrium, then right ventricle, then this is the pulmonary artery. Through this pulmonary artery, this is the third one, pulmonary artery. Through this, it goes to the lungs. From the lungs, it goes to the pulmonary. So here you can imagine like here is lungs. So from the lungs through the pulmonary veins. So this is the pulmonary veins. Bring it to the left atrium, then bicuspid valve, then left ventricle, and then aorta. Alright. So this valve is called what? And specifically this one is called what? Specifically pulmonary. And this one is called aortic valve. So from here it goes to the lungs, right?
Yes.
And then after that, what happens? No, from here it goes to aorta, right?
No.
And aorta will bring it to the
Arteries.
arteries of the body. Is this clear?
Yes.
This is the largest vein, vena cava. This is the one pulmonary vein. So this side, this small thing, this thing looks similar, right? So those are the veins. And then this is the artery and this is the artery. Is this clear? Okay. So they will ask you, I'm telling you again, this picture is very important. You literally have to understand all the labelings of it. Okay? Alright. Yes, the septum thing, huh? What is septum? It's a muscular wall. And what is the function of it? It is located between the left and the right side. So it does what? Separate or prevent the mixing of oxygenated and deoxygenated blood. So that is septum. Okay? And this picture, this one is basically showing when the ventricles is filling. Means ventricle filling means blood comes from the atrium into the ventricle. So when blood comes from the atrium will contract or relax. When the blood goes from the atrium to the ventricle, atrium will contract to push the blood to the ventricle, right? So when blood enters the ventricle will relax. Get it? Understand? So atrium part needs to contract to push the blood to the ventricle. So this part contracts and then this part relax. And then bicuspid valve will open, right? And this is ventricle emptying. When the ventricle empties into where? From ventricle, aorta or into the lungs, right? So when the ventricle contracts, this valve will actually close, because when ventricle contracts, it can move the blood back also, right? So this valve needs to close to prevent the backflow of the blood. Get it? Alright, and then semilunar valve actually opens. Is this clear? Alright. Which part? This one? When the ventricle contracts, so at first blood is going from atrium to ventricle. So when blood goes from atrium to ventricle, the atrium will contract to push the blood to the ventricle. So they contract, ventricle relax, and the blood goes into the ventricle. From the ventricle that time the bicuspid valve will close, so that when it's contracting it doesn't push it back, right, to prevent the backflow. And then semilunar valve will open to allow the blood to go further. Understand?
Yes.
Okay, so this is the atrium and ventricles, the working of atrium and ventricle. What is coronary arteries? Coronary arteries is the in heart muscle is supplied with the food and oxygen by coronary arteries. Okay, coronary arteries are the arteries that supplies the blood directly to the heart. Blood and food and oxygen, everything that is in the blood. Okay. So what is the function of valve if they ask you? Yes, everyone?
Function of blood.
Function of valve. Prevent the backflow of the blood or keep blood flowing in one direction. Okay? Alright, there are two types of circulations that you will learn. Yes? Okay, today we're going to learn about the two types of circulation, single circulation and double circulation. Okay, we already learned in humans which circulation we have.
Single.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yes, single. Yes, single.
Are you sure?
Example in fish, I think.
Alright, in humans we have double circulation.
Nah, you said Allah, you get wrong.
Okay, you know right atrium, you know right ventricle, left atrium and left ventricle, guys. Yes?
Yes.
So from right side of the heart, blood goes to
Lungs.
lungs. And from the left side of the heart, blood goes to body, right? Through the aorta. So this is double circulation. Why is it double circulation? Because blood is pumped through the heart twice in one complete circuit. Okay, how? First time it goes to the right side, then goes to the lungs, then again goes to the left side, then goes to the heart. Get it? In double circulation, blood is pumped through the heart twice in one circulation. Is this clear? Alright, and then when it goes to the lungs, that one is called pulmonary circulation. When it goes to the body, that one is called systemic circulation. Is this clear?
Yes. Alright, so to the lung there, the body there. I don't know to the notes.
No. One time it goes to the lungs, right? And then it goes back to the heart again to go to the body. So when it goes from the heart to the lungs, that is called pulmonary circulation. The word pulmonary comes from the lungs. And then it goes to the body, it means to the whole system, so it's called systemic circulation. Okay, clear? Alright, I will give you time to write. First let me just complete it. In fishes, what happens in fishes? Fishes only have two chambers, okay? I just draw a simple one. Atrium and ventricle. So in fishes, first blood, deoxygenated blood goes to atrium, then goes to ventricle. From the ventricle it goes to, they don't have lungs, right? Gills. It goes to gills. From the gills, the blood gets pumped to the whole body. It doesn't go back to the heart again. Is this clear? So fishes have single circulation. So it means in blood passes through the heart once in one complete circulation. Get it or not? Now what is the advantage of double circulation over single circulation? Now listen this very carefully. What is the advantage of double circulation? When blood goes from the heart to the lungs, the blood pressure drops. Okay? So when blood comes back from the lungs to the heart again, it builds up the pressure. Okay? So with that high pressure, blood is pumped to the whole body. Because to pump all the organs, it needs a high pressure, right? So if it doesn't have a double circulation, blood cannot go to all our organs and they cannot respire. Is this clear? Because so in the single circulation in fishes, usually blood pressure drops. Okay? But you know fishes usually have small surface area, so it doesn't affect, so they can. So the double circulation is more efficient as compared to. Let me show you this part in your textbook also have. Alright, this one. Fishes have simple circulatory system, a heart consisting of one atrium that is called as one blood collecting chamber and one blood ejection that is ventricle. Everyone, I give you time to write it. Wait. Just listen to what I am saying right now. Okay? Hands up. No writing. Okay. So in fishes they have which circulation, double or single?
Single.
How many chambers? Two. So atrium and ventricle. So it sends blood to the gill where it gets oxygenated because gills function same as lungs, right? So the blood then flows to all part of the body before returning to the heart. This is known as single circulation. Because the blood goes to the heart only once for each complete circulation. Okay? So what happens, however, as the blood passes through the capillaries in the gills, blood pressure is lost. But the blood still needs to circulate through the organs before returning to the heart to increase the blood pressure. Okay, so that is why fish have efficient circulatory system. How about double circulation? You see, this is what? Right side of the heart, right?
Yeah.
That's why it is shown as blue because it's carrying
Deoxygenated
blood. This is left side. So first of all, from the rest of the body through what? Blood comes to the heart through the veins, right?
Yes.
Blood goes to the heart, and then from the heart it goes to the lungs. After getting oxygenated, it goes to the heart. Which side? And then goes to the body through the aorta, right? So when it goes to the lungs, that is called pulmonary circulation, going to lungs and coming up from the lungs. When it goes to the heart and coming from the heart, that is called as systemic circulation. Is this clear?
Yes.
So they always what they like to ask is that what is the advantage of double circulation? So this is very important. A double circulation has the advantage of maintaining the blood pressure to all major organs of the body. So the right side of the heart will collect the blood from the body. It will build up the pressure and send it to the lungs to become oxygenated. What happens when it goes to the lung? The pressure drops. So the left side of the heart receives the oxygenated blood from the lungs. It again builds up the pressure and pumps the oxygenated blood to the rest of the body. Is this clear?
Yes.
Very clear, right? Now you can note down about this. Okay, the advantage, if you want to highlight it, you can do it in your book. You can. The advantage is the most important thing.
Can you explain the advantages again?
Of double circulation.
Yes.
Okay, because in double circulation, first the blood goes from the heart to the lungs, right? When it goes in the heart, the blood pressure increases, but when it goes to the lungs, the blood pressure drops. So then it goes back to the heart. Since it is double circulation, it can go twice, right? So it goes to the heart again. That helps to build up the pressure. So with that high pressure, it pumps to all the organs of the body. But if we don't have double circulation, then what will happen? Here it goes to the lungs. From the lungs, under pressure, it will pump to the whole body. So the pressure drops. So it cannot efficiently pump to the all organs of the body. Okay? Yes, right?
Why did they breathe?
Why do they breathe?
Why?
Because it is same like oxygen and carbon
But
dioxide.
then how did
I thought the book that you had
In there.
I mean, the water also has oxygen in it, right?
Yeah.
So that one they get oxygen from there. So they breathe in and out also.
This is water. So like how did in their gills they separated the hydrogen and oxygen?
The hydrogen and oxygen.
Electrolysis.
Like if you have learned in before about rusting you have learned, right? Rusting means oxygen. So water can also cause rusting because water has oxygen, right? Oxygen is Okay, so what are the ways that we can know the activity of the heart? The first one is the pulse rate. Do you know how to check the pulse? Have you ever tried? Can you check it now? Left hand, and at the corner part, you try to put some pressure with these two fingers, and then you can feel something beating. Listen everyone. How do we find the pulse? Pulse is when the artery, you don't have to really know the names, but just to tell you, this one is called radial artery. This one is carotid is at the neck part, and brachial is at the arms part. Okay, so what actually causes that, like for us to feel that thing? When the artery is near the surface of the body, artery is carrying the blood, right?
Yeah.
Everyone? So you can feel the pulse in your radial artery by pressing the fingertips on one hand of the wrist of the other. So what actually you are pressing is the blood that is going through the arteries. So you can feel the pressure, right? Why don't we use thumb? Because thumb has its own pulse. Alright? Okay, so this is one of the way that we can know the heart rate. Second way is stethoscope. Have you ever
Yes.
tried this thing, right?
It's extremely cool.
So it does what? It amplifies the sound of the heart valves. The lap sound that you hear, that is actually because of the closing of the valves. Okay? Atrioventricular and semilunar. Look at here. The first, so it's the sound produces the lap sound. The first lap sound is caused by the closure of the valves that are present between the atrium and ventricle. Heidi, what are those valves? Between atrioventricular valves. So when those valves on both sides of the heart closes at the same time, that produces lap sound. And that is produced when the semilunar valves, that is the pulmonary and aortic valve that closes. Is this clear? Alright? But if there are irregular sounds, that will show that something wrong with the heart. Third one is ECG. Have you ever seen ECG machine? Yes? ECG stands for electrocardiogram. Cardio is from heart, right? Those are heart specialists are called cardiologists. So to obtain ECG, electrodes are attached to the ECG recording machines and stuck to the surface of the skin, usually put on the arms, legs and chest part. And then the computer is used to generate the rhythm of the sound, of the heart sound, like this kind of thing, right? So then the doctors will study it, and then from that they can identify if someone has any irregular heart problem or anything, right? Is this clear? So what are the three ways? Pulse, first one. What do actually happen when we are the artery, right? So we put pressure on the artery. Second is stethoscope. What are the two sounds produced? Lap is when valve closes. Second dub, semilunar valve closes. And then the third one is what? Electrocardiogram. And what it is for? What it does? It's connected to the machine. The other side is connected to the skin, or either to the chest, to the legs or the arms, and then it will record the heartbeat in the form of a pattern. Okay? Okay, and then what is the effect of physical activity on the heart rate? What do you guys think? Because when we are doing exercise, we are undergoing our respiration rate increases, right? Our organs need more energy. And what is the equation for respiration? So what do we need is oxygen. So to pump more oxygen, our heart needs to pump more blood, right? For pumping, so that's why to pump more, because when we are doing physical activity or exercise, we are our muscles are pumping more blood. Why? Because our cells needs more oxygen for more respiration rate, because respiration rate increases, right? So that's why our pulse rate also increases, because pulse rate is recorded as our heart rate, right? So heartbeat is a contraction. So each contraction actually do what? It squeezes the blood to the lungs and the body. So when we are doing at rest, our heartbeat is have or don't have? 70 beats per minute. Okay, 70 times a minute. If it's just 3 more minutes to focus, then I will finish it. Please. So 70 times a minute, but this varies according to age, gender, fitness. Alright? If more physically fit, so what happens? More heartbeat or less?
Less.
Heart is trained to pump the blood. So usually those people who are physically fit, they have less chances to get heart attack. Why? Because their muscles heart muscles are trained to pump the blood at a faster rate. Instead of a person who's not physically fit and suddenly he or she heard any like bad news, anything that they can't cope up with. So what happens is suddenly, when someone hear a bad news or something, the face turns reddish, right? So what happens is the blood flow is increasing. So if your heart is not trained to pump the blood, so it can cause heart attack and can cause immediate death, right? That's why exercise is very important. It helps your heart to be trained to pump the blood more efficiently, okay? So higher if you are younger, higher if you are female, and lower if you are fit. If you are fit, your heart will not get that overexcited, right? You will know how to pump the blood at a normal rate, right? So younger people have higher rate, like children. Usually babies, their heartbeat is quite fast, right? And then females why higher? About the same thing as we said about the HB level also, like it's more like physically active or inactive, right? Usually females and males, if you consider, females have lower body mass and they are physically not normally, right? In terms of activeness and all these. What? Actually, what is the ratio of? Listen. What is the ratio of heart attack in males and females? Who usually get Why? Is unhealthy lifestyle.
Wow.
This is not what I am saying. Later you will see this in the textbook also. They mention that males have higher heart attack rate because of like smoking, like unhealthy lifestyle, all those things, right? Okay,